Hi and welcome back to Green Country Custom Baits. Today we're going to do a DIY on how to make your own vacuum form stencils. So hold tight. After the intro we're going to dive right in. So on today's video we're going to do a video on how to vacuum form a stencil around this. I think this is a 3/8 Lure Jensen speed trap, original speed trap. You'll notice I put a little bit of it's a rounded bait and it has a hard edge on the bottom, and so it kind of wants to fall forward. So I just wound up a little bit of painter's tape, and that way that bait will set on there nice and flush. And when I put the plastic over it, it's not going to tilt forward. Okay. What we have here is we've just got a shop vac hose, obviously hooked up to the shop vac. Got an old popcorn can that I've cut a hole out that fits my particular shop vac. Then on top we've got the lid that's sealed and obviously drilled a bunch of holes in it that can fit multiple baits. Okay. The next thing that we're going to have is you'll need to make yourself a little frame. I just took some. I don't even know what kind of wood this was. Basically put the four corners together and made two frames of equal size for this particular plastic. Drilled a couple holes in it so that I can screw that together and it'll hold that plastic firm in place while it's being melted. Next thing you'll need is some thermoplastic, and about any plastic will work. I really like this. It's a thicker material. I purchased this from Carl Severing, and I'll try to put a link in the video below on where I got that, but it comes with a film that is on both sides of it just to protect it from getting scratched. Not that it matters in our application, but you want to remove that and basically just use your fingernail to get up one edge, and then you got a good clear piece of plastic. So next up I'll show you how we get that into the frame itself. Just an old cheap heat gun from Harbor Freight to shoot on that plastic. This video will be loud with the shop vac running, so I'm going to just kind of, once I turn that shop vac on, it's going to start, creating air pressure around this. I'm going to heat this plastic until it just falls a little, and then I'll set this bait frame down around that bait. Okay, might have to shoot a little bit of heat around the edges depending on how much flex I had in the plastic before I dropped it. Then I'll remove the heat, just allow that that vacuum to form it around that bait real good, and then we'll come back and turn the shop back off where we can hear. So hold on tight and we'll get into the second part of this video. Okay, for the second part, you can see I've just took a screwdriver or drill and tightened that plastic. I don't know if you can see it down inside that small frame. I'm going to turn the shop back on, get the heat gun on. I hope you can be able to see. I'm going to try to demonstrate the fall that I want to get out of that plastic. Just starting to droop. So I hope you can see that. Now we've got an exact mold of our Lure Jensen speed trap, and I'll go in and put my designs into that. We'll show that next. We're going to do the actual crystal crawl pattern. So we're going to use Lure Jensen's designs, and I'm just going to draw that in. I don't have a bait this size with that exact pattern, but this is the pattern that will go on it. This is the 1/4 ounce version of the Lure Jensen speed trap in a bait that I have painted. Okay, so we've drawn on both sides the pattern that we want. Again, what I'm going to use is a Dremel tool, and I've got these tiny little cutter blades. Not sure what the name of them are. Come in a pack of several of them. They're real fine. They're pretty easy to break. You can use larger ones, but if you just go slow and take your time, you'll be able to cut that pattern out. So I'm going to show you how we do one side of it, and this will be a little bit noisy, so bear with me. Hard to do on camera here. I hope you can see what I'm doing, but just want to trace the outline. Yep. That's how easy they are to break. Kind of went up to a little bit larger one. I think it'll be okay on this particular pattern. So. Okay, after you get that, you want to just kind of go over the sanding block, clean off the rough edges. Do the same thing on the inside. You can just use this piece of sandpaper if you don't have any sanding blocks, but these things are pretty handy if you buy you a bundle of these at an automotive store or Walmart. Or you definitely want the inside smooth, where it doesn't scratch your finish. And then if you have a little bit of stuff left on the inside, just taking sharp or even an old X-Acto knife and kind of smooth out any little edges left inside. Roll the blade around in and it'll come out really easy. These smaller holes are sometimes a little more difficult. And just a little bit right here. Okay, looks pretty good. And then go back over it one more time with the sandpaper. Little bitty edge right there. Okay, that's about all there is to do. Hope you can see that. I'll do the other side, then we can shoot through this pattern, and we got a replicatable pattern every time for this particular bait body. So thanks for joining in. Please hit the subscribe button below. If you like this video, smash that like button.